Hi, I'm Bill, and today we're going to look at construction of frame and panel doors, in this case an interior passageway door. We're going to talk a little bit about the various components on a frame and panel door, look at some of the joinery that's involved in connecting the various parts and why we do it that way, and then we're going to look a little more closely at the actual cutting tools that produce some of the details of the joinery. A frame and panel door could be referred to in many different ways depending where we are across North America, really. Frame and panel door, stile and rail door, and then of course some of the actual joinery could be referred to as cope and stick. It could be referred to as, again, stile and rail, male and female joints, scribe and counter profile. So there's a lot of different terminology, but we're going to stick with a few basics today. The outside of the door, as the name implies, is a solid frame. The vertical parts are referred to as stiles, so that's the vertical uprights. And whether it's an interior door like this or a kitchen cabinet door, same thing applies. The cross pieces are referred to as rails. In this case, we've got a head rail. It's an arched head rail. We've got a mid rail, and this is around where all the latch sets would go. And then we've got a foot rail, which is typically a little wider than the other rails as well. In the center here, we've got two panels. You could have a single panel door, a double panel door, a triple, a quad. It really depends on the design effect that you're trying to get. But the panel is designed to be floating within the grooves that are cut in the stiles and rails. And so it can expand and contract with changes in humidity or temperature, whether it's an interior door or an exterior door. Sometimes detailing is done a little bit differently. The joinery used at each of the intersections of the stile and rail is really where we're going to concentrate today. It's fairly precise, not too complex, but it needs to be precise to prevent the door from racking or moving, and to be able to glue up to give a good secure joint and hopefully longevity of the door. We're going to show you how to set up the tooling for a captured panel door as far as a solid frame and panel door goes, and then we're going to make some changes to the tooling to show you the difference in tooling that would be used to make it a door with glass or a French door. We also show you how you can change the profile and the thickness of your door by replacing various profile knives in the tool.
Being cut for the door panel. Okay, the sticking cut using the offset fence will be moving 1 millimeter approximately.
If we want to change the style of the door from this bevel profile to any number of other profiles that are available in this set, we're going to be changing this type of profile knife here, removing this knife and interchanging it with a different profile knife. Same on the cope cutter. We can be changing all these cope knives and also adjusting the tool in width, so spacing these out, spacing these two profile cutters out on either side of the center tenon cutter to go from a 2 1/4 inch door to a 2-inch door to a 1 3/4 inch door. When you've been manufacturing a French door with the glass bead profile where you have a straight rabbet here versus having a double profile, once all this interlocks, and just pretend that this is the corresponding glass bead profile, you may want to secure this joint area here with a domino XL or a dowel, just to provide a little more structural integrity to the door construction. Changing these knives, if we wanted to change the style of the door, the shape of the profile, we would start by removing these profile knives and switching them out for any of the other number of profiles that are available in the system. And that's a matter of backing off this Allen screw. That's a rear-mounted screw to avoid getting chip and sawdust into the socket, so it's always available to turn out. Backing off the screw and removing the knife. It's a self-centering system designed to center the knife up in the width of the head and also in the outside diameter of the head. So that's just an example of one of the profile knives that's used in the system. I'll just simply replace it here by setting it down over the pin and the gib and then tightening up the pressure gib at the front, and that automatically centers that knife into position. I don't need to press on it one way or the other laterally. I may want to just give a little pressure on the outside diameter just to make sure it's seated all the way back. So this bottom rabbeting tool that's used for glass door joinery, it can be adjusted as well for the various thicknesses of door. Right now it's set up with a bottom radius tool set right now for 1 3/4 inch door thickness. That can also be swapped out to this position for 2 inch and to this position for 2 1/4. So I'm just going to back this off. Take the screw out. We can just simply move it up to another position, sliding that knife into the pocket. It only allows one position of the knife. Retightening it and it'll seat right down tight into the pocket. That's set for now a 2-inch thick door to radius the edge of the door.
So we just ran the male and female set for the 45mm thick door for the captured panel. So that went real well. So now we're going to change these sleeves and we're going to put the cutter in for like a French door, to put glass in these doors. We'll change them out and run on the other side of these profiles. We're going to change the coping cutter over to make the glass bead door, so there's only the profile on one side. So we'll just start by opening this up. First thing to do is to insert this little pin just so you don't lose your shims. That will leave in there till we get the assembly reassembled. Top cutter is going to stay in. Set these over here. Just going to set the top cutter here. I should just drop this one back in. Tighten that one down just loosely, and then we'll change. Now we won't do the final tightening until we get it on the spindle because we have a lot of loose parts here. So we'll just carefully place this on the spindle. Our final tightening here. Okay, so we're going to do the glass door setup here, and this time we're going to use the outboard fence just to show another method of machining aside from using the split fence. The advantage of the outboard fence is you get a nice night-free cut. It's nice profile. Very nice clean corner with that cutter.
Well, thanks very much for watching this video and all the videos in our instruction series. And if you've got any feedback on this or something you haven't seen, you want to know a little bit more detail about, let us know. We'll be glad to try to incorporate it in future video series for you.